Today, we're going to speak about brokenness, bitterness, and it being a barrier on the journey to meeting your husband. And one of the most important reason why I'm doing this topic, even though unpopular, but I know at least you would need it, someone would need it, is because you've got to understand. I think many people on the journey to meeting their husband think that it is all about the end goal of marriage only. Let's just get to the destination of marriage and I will be all right. But you have got to understand that if you do not take out time to work on the brokenness and the bitterness that you are experiencing, it could be as a result of trauma, it could be rape, it could be as a result of abuse, even verbal abuse, mental abuse, it could be as a result of heartbreaks, then you are not going to be able to move further and to flourish in that particular relationship. Even if you find someone, you're found by someone who is able to say, hey, I'm going to overlook all this and I will just love you for who you are, you will not be comfortable in your own skin in the sense that you are not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to have peace, joy, experience life the best way life is supposed to be experienced, whether you are married or not married. So, briefly, what do I want to say to you regarding this brokenness, bitterness, and barrage? You've got to understand and acknowledge that you were not born a bitter person. And you even have to acknowledge the fact that you are bitter and you are broken. And it's not something to be ashamed of, or it's not something to run away from. Because when you don't acknowledge it, then you are not going to get any sort of zeal towards working out a solution and results. So the question right here is, have you acknowledged the fact that you have some brokenness and bitterness in your life that needs to be worked on? And so that's step one. Step two is, how do I want to work on it, and to what degree do I even have it? Then it takes, you have to go to work with a therapist to be able to go through this journey. So I like to provide solutions. I pride myself in providing solutions that if you finish listening to my audio or video or listening to me talk, you can immediately go and implement. That's my kind of solution, the kind of solution that I prefer. So I'm also going to speak for those who may not be able to afford therapy, because it's nice to talk about therapy. What if you are listening to this and you cannot afford? By all means, I want to say, if you can afford it, don't fool yourself and say you cannot afford it, but you are busy spending money at parties and you are dealing with brokenness. I don't want to get into an example because I don't want this video to be too long. I want to keep it to a specific amount of time. But there was somebody that once called me. Like I said, I'm not going to delve deeper, but a person once called me with a lot of brokenness. This person was even experiencing abuse. And we went further to speak in details about how to get out of this. Only to help her pro bono. I told her where she could meet me and, where we could just have that conversation to get out of this. Long story short, this woman never showed. I'm saying this, or this story came in because sometimes it's not about therapy or the price of therapy, is that you are not willing. And so, if you are not willing to move from point A to point B in your life, then you should also be not willing to go and give somebody the trauma and the challenge that you are suffering, or to multiply it in a family system. And I understand that people sometimes share about this entering into married thing as if it's supposed to be all perfect. No, it's not supposed to be all perfect, but you're supposed to be a continuous work in progress. Nobody's going to enter marriage in that sense, 100%, but you're supposed to be a continuous work in progress. So if you're not doing therapy, I would say look for tools. There are a lot of apps now, there are a lot of YouTube videos like this, there are a lot of worksheets, and there are a lot of even communities. A lot of communities. I lead a women community, Wonderful Global Community, where if you work together with sisters, you will definitely get your healing. So that is the alternative. But by all means, please don't stay broken. And there are a lot of messages. There are messages, there are podcasts out there. If all you want to do is heal in 6 months and you organize yourself to just concentrate on those messages, you're going to get healing. But what a lot of people do is maybe if they come for therapy and they cannot afford therapy, mhm, then what they do is they sit back and do as if the person that has the brokenness and bitterness is the person that is the other person, as if you are not the one that is suffering the brokenness and the bitterness, and do not let that be you. So alternatively, and that's an important point I even want to raise, you have to, if you're listening to this and you don't have provision for therapy right now in your life, you have to create the alternative avenue of working with content resources. There are a lot of them on the internet. Even books. I forgot to say books, worksheets, podcasts. Look, you have to invest something. You cannot not want to invest anything and you want to heal. And then the other point, I'm not sure if it's going to be the last point, but the other point I'm going to share is the importance of surrendering your life to God. At the end of the day, God is the one that has created you to be, and is the one that has created the ingredients and the intricate versions and the makeup of your life. Is the one that's created, customized you. So if you want your life to go back to original design, is the best person to work with. And it's not a thing of work with and you're like, deuces, I'm going. But it's a thing of surrendering your life to him and working with him, because he's the only one that can really configure your life and keep it configured continuously in that way, in the highest version of your original self. So that is an important point for you to share, for you to know rather, and for you to practice. And I'll just close out by saying, by all means, do not fool yourself, and always check in with authentic people to find out how you are doing. I laugh because many people have surrounded themselves with yes men who will just always tell them, "Oh, it's good, it's fine. Ah, no, it's okay, honey. Be you, do you?" And they're saying all these things and they are not helping you in any form or fashion. So, my question to you will be, what kind of people do you have surrounded around yourself? And if you don't have such people, go and find them. Don't sit here and give excuses. Make a way and find a way to surround yourself with such people. And these are important, some important stuff we can keep. We'll definitely keep increase we'll keep speaking about things like this in different other series, but these are important things that you can immediately do to overcome brokenness, bitterness, and remove the barrier blocking you from the journey from meeting your husband. Because if you want to build a wholesome family, it's not even about meeting a wholesome man who is going to fix you or help you through life. Your husband and yourself, you are supposed to help each other. Like I said, nobody's getting into the marriage 100% made or whole. I know that those are the things that have been sold in this generation. It just doesn't happen that way. People are still working on things, are still resolving things. But the thing is, don't allow, especially if you're over the age of 30, don't allow your own resolution to still be at level 2 at age 30. At least let the thing reach level 50, let it reach level 55, let it reach level 60. You should have been able to work on some things before you are met by the man of your dreams. I'm saying now, if you liked this video, like this video. Also, share your comments on similar topics that you want me to share on moving forward. And do not forget to subscribe. Make sure to watch other videos as well. This is a short video, just something, just dropping by, but I don't want you to miss out watching other videos that will be useful for you as well. And I want you to know that you can work with me in various ways. One of the general form is my YouTube video. You can work with me by buying my books. You can do coaching with me. You can join the Meet Your Husband community. We can go on and on and on. I would see you in my next video. But make sure you watch videos that you may have missed. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe.